What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkshot of the YouTube Assassin, and last night I reported to you guys that there was going to be a codename Project Rift, which is turning out to be an Assassin's Creed game based solely around Basim from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, there are a couple of different articles that corroborate that story, and what this is it's a game that started off as an expansion pack for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, not unlike Dawn of Ragnarok. But I guess what they wanted to do is use those resources and make it its own game. Maybe it just didn't fit with the motif for what they were going for with Valhalla, but they decided not to scrap it, give it its own game. Also, we know that Assassin's Creed Infinity is going to be coming out like 2024, 2025, so it only made sense to have something in between. They promised 2 years of support for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, no more. I don't think they want to go into like a third year, so that kind of makes sense. Anyway, it's going to be a smaller map region, and they're saying it's going to focus a lot on stealth and whatnot. So the thing is, I don't want us all to be getting our hopes up. I think what we're thinking is that it's going to be something like this, like the old school Assassin's Creed games, where there was a lot of parkour, there was a lot of places to hide, it was stealth. You basically didn't run in and just kick the living daylights out of whatever character or creature or soldier or whatever that you're going and fighting. I initially believe that most of us think that it's going to be a return to form like this, but I don't think that that's what we're going to get. I mean, think about it. It was supposed to be an expansion pack for Valhalla. They're saying that they're not doing a bunch of the kind of RPG elements that we've seen in Valhalla, but if it was supposed to be an expansion pack, I don't see how they're going to just alter that out of nowhere. That kind of makes no sense. So I think that what we want and what we're getting are two different things. We want this, at least the OG fans do, but we're getting this. And it's kind of weird, you know, that they would even... I don't know. We have to get to that point. We have to see what's going on with this game. I mean, they're saying it's supposed to be all about Basim. It's supposed to take place in the area of Baghdad. It's kind of would make sense that it's going to be dealing with him and his life. Maybe it'll deal with him growing up. Maybe it'll deal with him, you know, just becoming Loki or coming to the realization that Loki is, you know, inside of him, that he's the reincarnation of Loki. And hopefully it answers a couple of more questions. Now, Jose Areza, he's teasing that we're going to see more of Baskin, but he won't give us a bunch of details as to what's going on. I mean, what we know so far is what we know. There's nothing else for us to go on. And it's kind of weird. I really thought that, you know, why Basim? I mean, I've toyed with the idea of having Retta have his own sort of, I want to say, expansion or DLC or even his own side game and everything. So maybe rather than do that, they just decided, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give it to Basim. Now, the meat and potatoes of this video is, I want to know, why did they give it to Basim? Why are we getting a Basim-based video game? I'm genuinely curious. Was he that interesting of a character? Some people say no. Some people see him as an antagonist, not a protagonist. People have all different kinds of opinions on him. And, you know, I kind of agree. I feel like it's kind of weird that we're seeing a Basim-based DLC, especially when I thought he was the big bad. By the way, I put up a post on my community page where I'm taking a survey. I want to know whether or not you think that he's interesting or you didn't care for him. And people are mixed. The majority, by a slight margin, are saying that he's interesting. And the rest are saying no. I kind of feel like he's got some kind of agenda, especially when it comes to Alethea. I think the two of them are planning something. And in all honesty, if we go back and we look at like the Assassin's Creed wiki, the way that they talk about Loki and Alethea and their relationship, it's really, really odd, honestly. Loki was married previously, and Alethea was basically like his mistress, and he had 3 kids with Alethea. So it's just kind of odd. So I guess that goes into like what's going on with, like the lore between the different sects. Because obviously, the Norse is one sect, Greek would be another sect, so forth and so on. And we really need an Isu game if they're going to make any kind of offshoot. I think, at least in my opinion, that's what I would do. Basim, he may be an interesting character. He does have kind of a tragic tale, at least Loki does. So, I mean, if they started giving us flashbacks of Loki and what he was going through and his problems with Odin, which is basically why Basim turned on Eivor and Sigurd. I would also like to know, why did a majority of said gods, Norse gods, why did they reincarnate in Norway along with like the Norse? Why is Loki the only one that reincarnated in Baghdad in the Middle East? It's kind of wild. So that may be a question that we want to have answered. But again, with everything that the fans have asked for, did we ask for this? Did we ask for a Basim-based game? Why are we getting this? Obviously, it's to do some filler content to, tide us over until Infinity comes out. But there's so many other things that we actually want that we're not getting. New Game Plus, which I don't think is ever going to come, honestly, at this point. Fighting with the hood on. And what is it going to be like once we get this Basim-based game? Is it going to be a complete mess? Has Valhalla hurt the trust from the fans? And we, as much as we would love to see an old school Assassin's Creed game, is that really what we're going to get? And are we even going to get a game that's working? That's another thing that we're going to be asking. A lot of people are refusing to buy the game until they see it, until they actually see on YouTube what is going on, how it's playing out, and what's happening. If not for that, people may not even buy this game. I don't know, though. I mean, I'm obviously going to buy the game, and there's no shame if you're going to buy it. I'm going to report on it, obviously, as soon as it comes out. But what are your thoughts? Do you want this game? Did we ask for this game? Is he interesting enough to carry his own game? Or is there another character that's way more interesting and an area way more interesting that you would have made a game of based on Valhalla? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one.
Ya Yi!